Hutber Show.
Well. Oh, I should have looked at the camera. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. An introduction. Me, Jamie Hutber, from Miniature Art TV. I've got to try and make this not weird. Also, look at those. No one knows me. Well, it's not important. Look at those logos. I mean, this one. There you go. Oh. This one, low quality. This one, it's all right, isn't it? It's HD. So anyway, welcome. My light is slightly orange, matches my top. Why am I here? Why are you here? Basically, I decided I'm going to give you a roundup of what I see in the week. Images, items, maybe videos. Who knows? That's something I hadn't thought about until literally just now. Yeah, so maybe some videos, maybe some things. But in essence, I want to give literally just a roundup of my very sheltered life. I think I've realised now, I've been into the hobby for 6 years, and I've known Alfonso Banchi for pretty much 5 of those years. And Lionel, who is the co-presenter of Mini Matters, a subsection of Miniature Art TV. My God, it's reversed. Miniature Art TV, Mini Matters. We're Mini Matters. Oh God. Fuck. We're in subsection of them. And every time I talk about something, Lana's like, I do not understand how you know nothing about this industry. And I don't know much. So I realised the perfect way to prove that I know something is to do 5 items a week. Now, I'm not sure I'm going to do 5 items a week, but I will do a maximum of 5 items a week, which means I'll basically do as much as I can. Right, so I should have a little. We can do it later, right? I was going to say close-up face, but actually it's not too bad. So, Patrick. I don't know how to say it, but Masson, because he's French. So this is Patrick's, and it caught my eye because it's his first venture into 20 centimeters. So this is a 20 centimeter sculpt, and I like it. I like big things. I like big sculpts. I've got a few things that are a little bit bigger than sort of normal. Hang on. Interesting. Copyright 2013. Down. Fuck me. How do I do that? Wait. Why is that difficult? It's because I can't do that. Oh, I could just point like that. Just there. If you look at the green. 2013. I don't know. It's just a weird thing to do. Normally do 13 to 21, unless that's what that asterisk is, but then why do they have different names? So Patrick, yeah, I really like it. I really want to see it up close. I like it for 2 reasons. It's massive. 3 reasons. The anatomy seems on point, and doing a lot more models myself, it's one of the hardest things I think for me at least, when I don't know anatomy enough to be able to give them real pointers. I can only sort of say, look, this bit looks quite wrong. And if they're not very good at anatomy, they spend ages doing it, and then we just waste a lot of time going backwards and forwards on anatomy. So the legs, the stomach, the foot I love. And I don't have a foot fetish in any capacity. I just think he's just got that sculpted well. And this is the content that it was taken from. I'll include the link for all the stuff, hopefully, if I can, so that to give some more information on what this is, because that means literally nothing to me. All I can see is it's French, and it's an artwork of some variety. Yeah, I can see myself painting it. Having only really painted 2 of these, I've got like a few sculpts that are like 28 centimeters. I don't know, I find it, I wouldn't say a lot more fun, but I find it interesting. Interesting indeed. So that is item number 1. with all said and done, Patrick Masclans and akakas.fr. Worth checking out if you so desire. I don't know when they're out. I don't know how much they are. I spoke to Patrick about it and he said thanks. I should have asked more questions. So, next one. Yes. Marky Mark. So this is kind of 2 items, but it's only counting as one. I really enjoyed the paint job, the PJ, and also the sculpt. And what was interesting, I'll explain it later. But yeah, the painting. I mean, I don't know. For me, everybody obviously knows Marc, loves Marc. I don't know many people who don't like Marc on a painting basis, not on a personal basis. And I don't know. I think for me, I've been enjoying his work more recently. I can't put my finger on it. It might just be because I spoke to him, and I was like, but particularly, the bird here is fantastic, and the fluff on the helmet. Can you call that a helmet? I'm not sure, but it's definitely on the head. But yeah, the reason that this is a double edge is because this was sculpted by Eleanor, who interestingly has done a dog and an elf on a dog for me. And I was so sure when I commissioned her that she didn't really do many models. So I looked at her ArtStation and her Instagram, and there weren't really any models. It looked a lot more like 3D things for film. There you go, and those kind of things. But now, obviously, I've seen this, and I was like, whoa. I saw Marc first, and then I saw Eleanor posted on her Instagram, and I was like, oh my shit, man, she's doing like sculpts for other companies as well as me. And I was happy, to be honest. I was surprised because I didn't know that she did. It's not a great thing to be surprised about, but yes. So the bird man, I kind of want to get to know him. He's like a friendly little, I think it's a falcon. It's a bit too small to be an eagle, right? Unless she's a really big person, but she doesn't look like she is. Another thing I find about when I look at painting at this quality is it's just too good. Like, you take it for granted how good it is. Like, look at the nails and the reflections on the nails. And everything just works. And then you try and paint it yourself and you're like, fuck off. Although that's not that's not a factor for how to judge paint. Anyway, we're here for news, not for endless talking. So the bird is fantastic, and here's the sculpt by Eleanor, and yeah, man, it's really good. She's got a very good style, and that was actually why I picked her for the model I got done, which you'll see soon. Basically because of her kind of more smooth. I don't know. I wouldn't say simplistic because that's not. It was more like cartoonish, but it's not cartoonish fully. It's like a hybrid, in my opinion. Like the way Marc's painted it is very. I wouldn't say hyper realistic, but it's more realistic. Whereas when you see the sculpt, I think the volumes and the interpretations are a little bit more. I don't know, volumetric, simple. I don't know what the word is without saying insulting. But I will tell you, Eleanor, and then you can tell me if I was insulting. Thanks. So, item number 3 was Tit Face by Adam Beanie. I guess that's Beanie. And what I particularly liked about this piece was the satire, the satirical look at men in the hobby. And I really, really did laugh. Like, quietly. Not for very long either, but I laughed at the idea behind it. Because all the models I've had done for Dragonhead, I've deliberately never wanted to just use tits because I wouldn't say it's boring because tits are great and they give life to children unless you can't breastfeed. But then for the majority they do, and or don't want to, and men just seem to love it. So you put a pair of tits on a model and it will probably sell. Tits and barbarians are probably the 2 selling points. So I thought that's clever. All men have tits for eyes, in a way. Moving on. I don't know who Adam is. and I don't know anything past this image. A mate sent it to me. Dejon, I think is how you say it. He's from Australia, so it sounded French the way I said it. Right, and this is number 4, and it's the first fully painted version on an amazing base that I've seen. This is by Martin Collier, who is doing a lot more box arts at the moment, and he painted this for me for fun. But I think it's going to be the box art now. But I really do like it, and yeah, I tried to paint mine and it did not come out like this. Maybe one day I could in theory show you mine, but I don't really think that's newsworthy. Particularly noticed that the birds flying away on the trees. I thought that was a great touch. And here is from the other view, the same model, different view. Yeah, genuinely is a really good piece. And he did it really quickly, which is amazing as well. And that is, oh look, he added a shield. I didn't know that until now. Yeah, and then maybe that last one we just did was number 4. I think I might have added 6 items, broken my own rule. This was an order I did from AK. I don't know if this should get into the things, but I wanted to try the new paints by them, the version 3. And obviously I wanted to get into basing because I do not do basing. So I can keep you abreast of the basing information as I go. But for now, here is a photo. I have tried the paints. I've tried black and white. But I was talking to Albert yesterday and all seems purpose. It's quite a matte paint. It's probably similar to scale actually for the matteness. This... man, what are they called? Well, it's just the AK version 3, I guess. And hold on then. There you go. I don't know if intense colour, that kind of makes it sound like an ink, but here they are. Or here's one of said paints. And they are really good from what I can tell. If you're into the matte, they're not satin, they're not glossy. Yeah, to the fact that they have the similar matteness of scale, but I think the advantage is, at the moment that I'm seeing, is their saturation is a lot higher. Well, I say a lot. You know, if you have 2 very similar colours, you're going to get a lot more vibrancy out of these than you will out of scale, which I think is a pretty important thing if you're painting models. And you want them to have more saturation. If you don't, then they're not as important. And this is the last one. That might be number 6 or number 5. I can't remember. But it's not often that you get hit slap in the face by a fish when you see a model. It doesn't happen often for me anyway. I think I'm becoming much more accustomed to things, which is kind of sad. But social media does that. So I do try and spend a lot less time on social. Anyway, we diverge. I love it. I really do love it. Like I love everything, and then I love those bits more. The NNM is exquisite. Exquisite. Is that right? Anyway, but then also the purple. So I think these are my 2 favourite colours, but a lot more dialed down. I love purple and I love turquoise. And they're just, yeah, he's done a great job. I wish I could remember the name. FG is probably the guy who did it. I will find out. But genuinely, it's on pattern paint. I think it's got gold already, and rightly so. I in terms of the model, I don't think I would have picked to paint that at all myself. Unless there was like maybe a without the helmet kind of version. But the paint job genuinely makes me want to try and give it a go. We shall see. Probably not, but it's worth an absolute shout and it's worth a look. And if you can vote, you should. If you feel as passionately as I do. If I had a paint account, I'd totally vote. So guys, thank you for the drivel. that you've watched for the last 15 minutes, 40 or 52 seconds now. Yeah, 52. As you can see, I don't have a goal or purpose whatsoever for it other than to talk shite for a while. And that's what I've done. And I'm dragging it out because I want to keep talking, which is weird. It's really weird. I should just go. Yeah. See you next week, guys. And I will try and keep this up. I'll try and do releases on Monday, record them on Sunday. Sleep well.